busy people getting fit in Fulshear, Texas. Our aim is to help you look better, feel better, and perform better as quickly as possible. I'm your host, Brian White with Blue Eagle Fitness and Nutrition. Welcome.
Hey, Brian, are we Julia Childs in the kitchen today? What's going on?
Yeah, you know me. No, I do quick and easy. Especially in the kitchen. This is probably going to be a pretty short episode. I had someone in the gym ask a pretty basic question, which was, look, Brian, just tell me what supplements I need to get. I was like, because I've listened to things, I've heard some things, and I just want you to tell me, what do I need? What do I not need? And I'll just go from there. So I want to answer that question pretty quickly, pretty simply. On one hand, this is just my opinion. On the other hand, my opinion is based on a lot of research, like reading the papers, figuring out what actually works, what doesn't work. A lot of the stuff that you hear on social media or when you're scrolling through Yahoo or whatever, then it says this is a great new supplement. It does something. It helps you lift more weight or move 1% faster. A lot of that research is based on Olympic level 23-year-olds and usually men. Right. So if you're not 23, especially if you're not a guy and you're not an Olympic level athlete who has gotten all of their training and all of their nutrition already completely dialed in, we don't need to be listening to that research. It's not that the research is wrong, it just doesn't apply to us, right? So I wanted to highlight mainly, I've got 4 things here. So 3 of them I recommend everyone should take. The first, this is my tea. I drink black tea. Sometimes I drink green tea. Sometimes I do a blend of the two. We did an entire podcast episode, or I think I did one on my own when you were on one of your mini vacations, getting all that suntan in. About caffeine. So we're not going to talk about this much, but this is the most studied supplement in the world of all time because militaries want their soldiers to be awake and active, whenever they need them. So caffeine. But we don't need more than we shouldn't be taking more than about 150 milligrams of caffeine in a day, which is roughly 3 cups of black coffee. So there's caffeine. Do you know what this is, Clancy?
Is that protein powder?
Protein powder.
Yeah.
And I get different flavors and just mix them all together. And then all we need is a scoop a day. Protein powder benefit. Most of us are not getting enough protein in a day. And this is one of the simplest, easiest ways. You just toss it in water, toss it in milk, toss it into your favorite beverage. It takes minutes. I add frozen berries to mine, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, pineapple, mango, honestly, whatever my wife gets from the frozen freezer section at HEB, and I just dump it in. Blend it up with some protein powder. Most of us are not getting enough protein. This is a simple, easy way to get more protein. And it's very, lots of protein for each calorie. So I'm going to get about 25 grams of protein, and it's only going to cost me about 120 to 140 calories.
Love it.
Do you take protein powder?
I take a scoop every day in my oatmeal.
Okay. Oh, yeah. That's another great way, right? Especially if you have a vanilla. I like chocolate. I actually prefer, one of my favorite things to eat ever is chocolate protein powder with steel cut oatmeal with blackberries. That is delicious to me. I actually add to my protein powder when I mix it up with water and my frozen fruit. I add creatine. So creatine. Okay. I mentioned earlier that caffeine is the number 1 most researched chemical of all time, or supplement of all time. Creatine is the second most. The reason why it is researched so much is that there are no harmful effects from creatine. You cannot OD So you don't need special governmental approval to study creatine. And that's why every high school does, high school students research it, college students research it, lots of people have already researched plenty of creatine. You just need one scoop a day, one scoop, just open
What
it
is
up.
that for?
Yeah, the creatine does a couple of things. So here, it's just a white powder. Take a scoop, put it in. Creatine does the main thing it does on a chemical level is what it does is that it binds to water molecules and takes that water into the muscle fibers. That's where we store creatine in our bodies. We naturally eat creatine, we naturally produce creatine. But this can be extra, especially if we're not getting enough red meat. Some of us don't eat a lot of red meat for other dietary reasons, and creatine is a great way to supplement if we're not eating enough red meat. It binds to the water molecules, takes those water molecules into the muscle fibers where our muscles can heal faster and recover faster. So, lots of people, then we think about, well, it makes me bloated. Well, actually, it takes the water into the muscle. So it makes the muscles actually bigger and expand a little bit more. Creatine will not make you look or feel bloated. So I take a scoop a day. And then the last thing is a big maybe. It's a big maybe. But it's branch chain amino acids. This is from Thorne. It's amino acid complex. Amino acids make up protein. So if for whatever reason we can't take protein powder, so one example would be my daughter. My daughter has swim practice. She needs protein, but she's getting ready to go swim. Right, and doesn't want a chicken or steak or hamburger or protein powder in her stomach because she's getting ready to go swim for a couple of hours. So she takes branched chain amino acids instead, making sure that she has plenty of amino acids in her amino acid pool in her body, in her bloodstream, to help with the muscular repair and restoration. So these are the 4 supplements that if you're going to take supplements. First of all, I believe in whole foods, right? We want to get most of our calories and micronutrients, so vitamins and minerals, from whole foods, fruits and vegetables, and lean sources of protein. But if we're going to take supplements, these are the ones I recommend: protein powder, creatine, caffeine, and maybe, just maybe, branched chain amino acids.
Gotcha. What about other supplements like omega 3s or like vitamins?
Yeah. So great question. But vitamins will have. You are taking in the vitamins that are, that the specific vitamins that are listed on the label. The problem with taking a multivitamin is bioavailability. And what that word means is, does your body use it? So when your body is not designed to take a multivitamin. Your body is designed to eat fruits and vegetables that has those vitamins and minerals. And then your body is designed to break it down and use the vitamins that are in the fruits and vegetables and meat that you're eating. So, it may say on there, 1,000 micrograms of some type of supplement or some type of vitamin, but your body can't use all of it. So you end up excreting out excess. That's why most of us have, when we take a multivitamin, suddenly our pee turns yellow or orange.
Yeah.
Right? That's just excreting out all the vitamins that you can't take.
So basically, it's just a waste of money, is what you're saying.
It's a waste of money to a great extent. Now, if your doctor recommends you taking a vitamin because you were just so deficient in something, I take vitamin D. I do that because my doctor recommends it. I also have a history of skin cancer. So it's difficult for me to get vitamin D when I'm outside in the sun because I'm so lathered up and covered, keeping the sun away, that I don't get vitamin D naturally. So, these are the conversations you have to have with your doctor and try to balance it all out, right? Because the best way to get vitamin D is with sunlight. But for me in particular, sunlight has already given me skin cancer once. I want to stay away from that as much as possible. So now I'm going to stay away from the sun and supplement, right? Those are personal choices we end up having to make, right, in our lives.
Lately, a few people have told me that they are iron deficient.
Yeah, especially true in women, and especially true in people who don't eat a lot of red meat. Right, we get a lot of iron from red meat. We get a lot of iron from beans, and so that can be a known deficiency. Again, talk to your doctor about that.
Definitely. I used to spend hundreds of dollars a month on supplements, and now I just take my protein, my omegas, and that's about it.
Yeah, I same boat. Trying to take over my own health, right? My own nutrition, and I was like, okay, we need to supplement. We need to make sure all the bases are covered. Well, you say you take omega-3s. I used to take a shot of krill oil, and it tasted like lemon pledge is what it tasted like because they added a little lemon flavor because it was so
gross.
You got plenty of omega-3s. Omega-3s they're thought, to help with skin and hair and joints and, brain, acuity. None of the research has panned out. I promise lots of research has been done. Lots of people are looking for the silver bullet to help us live. If I can tell you you're going to look better and be smarter as you age, you'd be like, yeah, please, give me some of that. Yeah, so the idea was that getting more omega-3s, eating more fish, getting that fish oil in would help. It can reduce some inflammation, but it's not going to. Not many of us are going to see noticeable differences.
Mm-hmm. Save your money. Save your money. Come to the gym. Eat healthy. Whole foods. Boom.
Eat lean meats, lots of fruits and vegetables, and work out. Yeah,
that's right.
That's what.
That's it.
That's it. Well, thank you, Clancy. Appreciate it.
Well, thanks. Thanks for sharing that with us, Brian.
Okay, we'll see you later.
Okay.
Bye.
You can get every episode of Busy People Getting Fit wherever you listen to your podcast or on YouTube. You can also reach us at busypeoplegettingfit.com. Until next time, thank you for listening.